How's it going, everybody? Doing gum chewing what I've been watching vid, and a quick drink review after. I've got a Mountain Dew Code Red here to review. Do that in a few minutes. I guess maybe 10 minutes here. I'll do that, but I wanted to talk what I've been watching recently. I'm still watching Archive 81. You know what I realized, and I said this at work the other day. My friend's like, "What?" I think I called it this in a few videos too. I kept saying Survive 81 and not Archive. I need to finish that. I think I got like 4 episodes left or something. I'm enjoying that show. It's strange, kind of supernatural, weird things happening. I've said this in the past video where I'm afraid where it's headed. It's not, the payoff's not going to be live up to what in my head, this kind of stuff you think in your head, but it's cool. It's weird. It's cool. It's kind of keeps you guessing. It's interesting and stuff. I've been liking that one. I gotta look up the name of the one show because I forgot. But I'll talk about. I've been watched the latest episode. This past Friday, Peacemaker. Really like that show. It's goofy. There's some heartfelt stuff in there as well. It's violent. It's over the top. It's ridiculous, but in a good way. And that opening is still classic. I still love it. And the cool thing about this show is like every episode gets better and better and better. It's like they keep topping themselves with each episode. This last episode was fucking awesome. I'm really enjoying that show. Like I gotta give John Cena credit. He really fits that Peacemaker role. Like he does it well. He plays like that naive, like I'm an adult, but I still have like a lot of kid in me pretty perfectly, actually. The guy who does Vigilante's really good too. Everybody's good in it, actually. Really good job. James Gunn did a really good job with all that shit. Really fun, really fun show. I'm having a lot of fun with it. Can't wait for next week's episode. Some crazy shit started to go down at the end. Not that crazy shit wasn't happening before that, but it really has pushed it. Now, I think there's only 2 episodes left, so, reaching the end there. So I'm excited for those last 2 episodes. That's a cool show. We watched this movie the other night. I want to say it was on Hulu. We watched it by Guillermo del Toro. Nightmare Alley, which I didn't realize until after that was a remake of like a movie from the 40s. This was a pretty cool movie, actually. It was revolved around like grifting and shit. It takes place in the 40s. And Bradley Cooper goes and starts working at this carnival where, clearly they're not on the up and up. It's the carnival. You have a lot of, illusion type stuff and kind of, shit like that, and involves like tarot reading and mentalists, like grifters and shit and their techniques and stuff. A lot of interesting stuff. and that's like basically like Bradley Cooper's like a straight like grifter. He meets Rooney Mara's character, and he's like, "Oh, we can do good things." And then he goes from the carnival, and then they go to like this hotel they play out in Chicago. And then Kate Blanchett's there, and he starts like hooking up with her and trying to do other things and shit. And then shit gets out of control and shit. And it also takes, delves into like, these people taking advantage of people who are filled with grief and shit as well. Willem Dafoe was in there as the carnival, like the head of the carnival. He was good as always. watch any other movies. I want to say I watched something else, but I can't fucking remember. But we actually watched this all. Me and my fiance's mom. She's over, and they threw on that show. I had to see the title because I knew part of it, but it's long. It's the woman in the house across the street from the girl in the window. It's got Kristen Bell in it, and it was 8 episodes, I believe, a half hour each. It's on Netflix. This show was fucking great. I thought it was great. It's like a play and a spoof on those books. And the best part is my fiance reads a lot of these kind of books, like the woman in Seat 2A or the murder in Apartment B. Those kind of like novels, like The Girl on the Train, that kind of shit. And it plays on it so fucking well to where, like, I kind of knew right out of the gate. I'm like, this is like a dark comedy. It's got to be like spinning on this just from the title of the fucking show too, right? But it gets so fucking ridiculous at the end. It's fucking great. I thought it was great. The deadpanning of all the characters is so fucking good in this show. And you had you thinking like, oh shit, this is pretty serious. And all of a sudden, like, you know, this dude's working on the mailbox in front of their house for like 6 weeks, and that pays off and shit. It's just, it's goofy, but it's fun. And like I said, the deadpan of everything really plays into it, and like the kind of, I guess, how those novels are. But I thought the payoff in the end was pretty well done. I checked that show out, and I'm not into those novels. I haven't read them, but I just thought it was like, and I'm like, I'll sit down and watch a few episodes, see how I like it, and then we ended up watching all of them. It was a half hour, which was nice. Sometimes it's nice to have like a half hour show in there. Definitely check that one out. I thought it was, Kristen Bell's like really good at that kind of deadpan kind of comedy, and everybody else too. Just there's, I don't want to spoil anything. Some of the stuff, like the reactions and shit, but it's good, and it blends a good like vibe of like this dark kind of humor and unintentional almost humor, because they're playing it so serious, where you're almost like, wait, maybe it isn't a spoof, and then you're like, it still is. But I definitely checked that out. And I just remembered the other thing. I started watching yesterday. Watched 2 episodes. Reacher on Amazon Prime. I enjoyed the first 2 episodes so far. Excuse me. They're based on it's based on the Lee Child's book. Is his name? He's an executive producer on the show too. A lot of people were happy that they have Alan Richardson playing him. He does a good job. Everybody, the funny thing, if anybody's seen Blue Mountain State, the show back in, I think it was like 2010, 2011, something like that. It was a comedy about college football, and it was actually a really funny show. But he was in that. He was Thad, and everybody, like, I remember seeing the previews on Instagram for the show, and everybody's like, "Oh shit, Thad!" He's actually really good in it though, and a lot of people, like, I guess really because they made those 2 movies with Tom Cruise, and a lot of people, I saw the first one, it was alright. But everybody's like, that's not what he looks like. You know, he's supposed to be like a fucking 6'5", fucking, 250 dude. And Alan Richardson's much closer to that size, and he does a good job with the kind of. This show also has the comedy in there, and too, he's very confident in himself. He's a fucking badass and shit. He's extremely intelligent. He's like a military. He worked in the military. He's like an investigator, I guess. I forget the full thing, but it's a lot of stuff. He picks up on shit, great shit. Good fight scenes in it. Story seems alright so far. It's some good kind of comedy in there as well. But that was pretty good, so I'm excited to finish that. But that was an hour long, so I had a headache yesterday, so I didn't want to push too far on that. But it was enjoyable. 2 episodes. I'm trying to think if there's another. Geez, I almost ate the mic. I'm trying to think if there's another show. Movie, I should say. I feel like we watched a movie, or I did. I can't fucking remember what it is. Well, whatever. But, that's the stuff I've been watching. Definitely check out the woman across the street from the woman in the window. Whatever. I gotta finish Archive 81. Was there something else I said too? Oh, Peacemaker, yeah. And obviously check out Peacemaker if you haven't already. That's stuff I've been watching. And The Nightmare Alley, that was good as well. Movie. But, get rid of the old gum here. Do this old drink review of a little Code Red. I got this from 7-Eleven yesterday. This in a voltage. I already did the voltage one, so I wanted to not. I drank that one yesterday, but I do like Code Red. I don't drink it. I used to drink this more when it first came out. God, I mean, when the hell did this come out? Early 2000s, maybe. It's a Code Red with a rush of cherry flavor and other natural flavors, which are, not saying it just says natural flavor. That's great. It just says natural flavor. It doesn't even allude to what it is. It just tells you it's a natural flavor. It could be anything. Bottled under the authority of PepsiCo Incorporated, Purchase, New York. That's a fucking great name for a town. There's also a Surprise, New York, too. I've shipped something on eBay. It's on eBay that went to Surprise, New York. I think it was Surprise, New York. I do like Code Red. You do get the cherry in there. It has a cherry taste. It doesn't taste like a lot of other drinks. Like, this is another one that you try to compare. Because every kind of company, Coke, Pepsi, all these have like one that is kind of similar. Even though Mountain Dew's been around since the '60s, and before, I think Pepsi bought them pretty early on. But it's got like, it definitely has the cherry taste. But I don't know what those other natural flavors are. This is a good one too. I don't like it as much as Voltage or the original. That Spark was really good. I was gonna go to Big Lots yesterday, but it was a little too cold, so I just walked to 7-Eleven. It's a lot closer. Instead, and maybe this week I'll go there, and hopefully they still have the Spark, and I'll get that. I might get one of those gingerbread ones too. Because that was surprisingly good. And I'm trying to think of like other ones I could get. Like, I can try to buy those ones on Amazon, the Live Wires. It's almost a little, I hate to say it because people can't stand the taste of like a cherry cough syrup, but it has a little bit of that to it. I actually don't mind the taste of cough syrup. Caffeine, this has more caffeine than the Voltage. I think 91 milligrams for 20 fluid ounce. I do like this one for sure. It's not like I said, I like Voltage better than it. I like the regular Mountain Dew better than it, and Livewire I liked better than it. What was the other one? Like I said, I mean, but it's a good one too. Like I said, I like most Mountain Dews. I was excited. I'm probably a little too old to be getting excited for fucking soft drinks, but it's the simple things in life, right? I try to stay away from drinking Mountain Dew a shit ton, and soda in general, although I have my bad streaks where I go nuts with soda, and then I won't drink it for a bit. But if you guys want, I can do reviews of other sodas when I get them from time to time. I get a lot of like cherry Pepsi, because Stop and Shop has the $1. It's like maybe 64 ounce or a little more, a quart, I think it is. Ones for $1, so I'll pick those up sometimes. I should actually review Stop and Shop's own grape soda, which is fucking good. I love grape soda. Grape Sunkist is really good too. I don't think Mountain Dew has like a grape drink, do they? Maybe Pitch Black. If anybody had Pitch Black, was that like a grape-ish? I love grape soda. It's fucking good. But they like Stop and Shop put out their own because they have their generic ones that are only like fucking 88 cents a bottle. And orange is good. The cola is pretty good too. Maybe I could do like a root beer, Barks root beer mug, or like a cream soda or something review too. When I run out of these Mountain Dews. And this is not a strong cherry either. like Voltage has a more intense. This is a little more just kind of subtle. Voltage is very like intense in terms of like the like it hits you like holy shit. This tastes like it's got a strong taste to it. Not that it's a bad thing, but I'm just saying this is not like that. I'm pretty sure this was Mountain Dew's second one. Like this was a big deal when it came out. Early 2000s, maybe even the late 90s. This came out. I remember when I first had it, I was like, fuck, man. I'm like, shit. And it's still going strong. It's like pretty much their second one, It's the right hand to the fucking Mountain Dew. It's the lieutenant to the commander of the original Mountain Dew. Like I said, though, it's a regional thing. You can find, well, not this, but like that pineapple one that I got in South Carolina or Florida will have different ones. Different parts of the country have different flavors. Some you'll be like, what the fuck flavor is this? You ain't never even heard of it. You're like, oh shit. I might be able to find a whiteout, which I'm not overly into, but I haven't had a lot, so maybe, I like that one a little more now. USA was the third one. I think it had a different name. It was like Liberty or some fucking shit like that. But it was whiteout, Voltage, and I think Code Red combined. Actually wasn't that bad either. But yeah, like I said, I like Code Red. It does have a cherry, but it's not a strong cherry taste. And I can't pinpoint the other natural flavors that they don't want to tell you what the fuck it is. So it's unnatural. It's good though. I always like Code Red. I said I don't drink it that much. I mean, I had the one when I got the Voltage last time. I want to try another. There's a couple of 7-Elevens that are actually within walking distance. It's like 4. I go to the one that's closest, but there's another one I want to go. I want to try the other ones and see if they have any other ones. I want to get the Major Melon. That's the other one I forgot about. That one's pretty good as well. But I haven't had that one in a little bit. So there's still a few I can review that I can get a hold of quickly. We'll see. Yeah, I got the Super Bowl coming up this weekend. I want to see. I would like to see the Bengals win just because that franchise is. I don't think actually they don't have a title. It would have been wild though if San Francisco won and they played the Bengals because the other two Bengal appearances in the Super Bowl against the Niners. That'd be pretty fucking crazy. That the only 3 times a team makes a Super Bowl, they play the same fucking team every time. The first one was 81 season. I think the second one was 88 season, and they were both close Super Bowls. I think it's gonna be a good game, honestly. I wouldn't mind seeing Stafford get one. I wouldn't mind seeing Von Miller get another one for Bronco. I also wouldn't mind seeing the Bengals win. Both, for me at least, everybody has the teams they hate and like, but both of these teams are not teams if the Chiefs were in it again, since they're a rival of Broncos, I'd be like, God damn it, you got too much success, lose. You don't want to see a team get too much success if you don't like them. I wouldn't have mind the Niners making it. I don't really hate a lot of teams, honestly. Even Denver's divisional opponents, it's kind of lost its luster since Denver's not been good for like 4 or 5 years in a row. They were good the year after the Super Bowl win. They were still all right, but then after that, they were 9-7, and after that, they've been pretty shitty. I mean, they were 7-6 fucking this year. I'm like, oh shit, and then they probably lose 4 in a fucking row. So, we'll see what happens. Anyway, like I said, I'm not big on football much anymore anyway, but I'm trying to get back into the Trailblazers. I don't know why I turned into a ramble here. I'm trying to get back into the Trailblazers. They just traded Norman Powell and Robert Covington for Eric Bledsoe, Justice Winslow, and somebody else. I think they've been like consulting with Lillard. I think they're going to trade Nurkic or McCollum and try to build around him. I hope they just continue to lose and don't slip into because they do the playoffs weird now in basketball, where it's the top six teams are all in, and the next 4, 8 through 7 through 10 play each other in like a 1 game thing or 2 game. I don't fucking know. Is it a best of 3 or is it just like a 1 game to get those final 2 spots? It's kind of, I don't understand it, but they did that in the bubble season. Or maybe, I forget what they fucking did. But all these fucking leagues are doing weird shit now. But yeah, I'd like to get into them again, because that was my second behind when I was young. It was Broncos first and Portland second. And I was into hockey as well. But then the Islanders started to suck badly after 92, 93, 94. They made the playoffs and the fucking Rangers destroyed them and root to their cup. But I kind of lost interest. I would still follow it, but they just were not fucking good at all. Besides, like, Zygmunt Palffy, was the bright spot. But and baseball I always kind of was into, but didn't. It was like, okay, like I didn't care enough, I guess. But anyway, I turned into a sports ramble, and I'd give this Mountain Dew Code Red like a 8 out of 10. I like it; it's good. But yeah, that's just another. I'm chewing what I've been watching. A little drink review here, and a random kind of sports ramble to end it. But thanks for checking this out, and have a good day.